Everybody, I'm meteorologist Ken Weathers. A little bit before 10 o'clock, we're right at 9:50 here. Let's just give you an update of the progress of this Arctic air that's going to be heading into our area. We're still kind of holding in that mid to upper 40s range in Knoxville as kind of we expect until that Arctic air pushes in. Notice Nashville. The past 3 hours, they've gone from 50 down now to what, 26? Down to 15 in Jackson, Tennessee. Columbia continues to drop as well. Bowling Green down into the teens. So again, this is going to be one of those quick systems moving through and temperatures will fall quickly. Probably the biggest concern, as we mentioned, not so much the snow, but with some wet roads, we could see that water freeze as this colder air moves in. Let's zoom in and show you the Nashville area. We do have snow in the downtown Nashville area back towards Clarksville. Still rain over to Carthage and to Cookeville there into Putnam County. Same thing in Smithville and McMinnville. But let me show you a video. This is live Broadway there in downtown at Nashville. You can see the snowflakes flying, but roads are still wet at this point. But this is kind of what I was saying that could be interesting, worth watching. These wet roads, as this colder air comes in, it's a race. The winds will be strong, but can the winds evaporate enough moisture off these roads to maybe make the freezing threat a little lower? It's the race, but that's why I say some spots will be okay, but other spots may not be as they get closer here to East Tennessee. Let me show you the radar here in East Tennessee. We're 48 in Knoxville. We do have a little bit of rain showing up. Same thing in Oak Ridge. Even Crossville still at 42. What I've done is this white line, that's basically the 32-degree surface line. So everything behind that or to the west of that is below 32 degrees. So we're still a little bit of ways from getting to that here. I do think our rain and or snow chances will continue to go up, and really between about 11 and say 1 or 2 here in Knoxville, that's our best or most likely opportunity if we're going to see a rain and or snow mix, and then things rapidly dry out even before sunrise. But also, as we dry out, as I mentioned, those colder temperatures are going to come into the area. We'll go from like mid 40s at 11 all the way down to about 6 at 6 a.m. I think we'll bottom out around 5 and then kind of hold in the single digits to low teens as we go into the afternoon for tomorrow. Plus, we're talking about strong winds, and those wind chill values will be quite low. So let's talk about the timing. Again, where we are right now, that cold front is approaching the plateau, mainly just rain. That'll slide eastward, and our rain/snow chances will go up, especially closer to midnight here in Knoxville, and then race eastward through northeast Tennessee and the Smokies, and our snow chances will really start to taper off. Yeah, there may be a few lingering flurries in some spots, especially in the plateau into the Smokies by 2 a.m., but really by sunrise tomorrow, most are dry and just very cold. We'll fall into the single digits here in much of the valley, probably below 0 portions of the plateau. Look at Crossville at 2 below, 4 below in Jamestown, and 11 below up at Mount LeConte. Plus, you've got to talk about those winds. Again, this is a concern as well. Maybe we see some power outages around the area with some of these stronger winds that could be 30 to 40 plus miles per hour at times, especially when that initial surge of cold air comes in. That could cause some trees or power lines to come down. That could cause some power outages, and kind of the last thing we want, right, is this Arctic air's coming in. So again, hopefully you've already made some alternative heat needs just in case your power goes out, whether it's extra blankets or some kind of space heater, but make sure you're safe with it. Another big thing is the wind chill, what it feels like to exposed skin if you're not dressed properly. This is midnight. We have some single digit and below 0 wind chill values across the plateau, but by tomorrow morning, this is bitterly cold. So again, this is what it feels like outside. These are just apparent temperatures, okay? These don't have impacts on how pipes would freeze, but temperatures will be cold enough for pipes to freeze again with single digits early tomorrow morning. But look at the forecast wind chill value for Mount LeConte. 36 below at 7:30 in the morning. Feels like 25 below in Crossville, 26 below in Jamestown, even 12 below here in Knoxville. No surprise, a wind chill warning has been issued. But I want to stress, it goes through the day tomorrow into Friday night, and even up to about midday or early afternoon on Saturday. So again, the prolonged deep cold temperatures and brisk winds will keep wind chill values low. Now everybody wants to know about snow, as we've been saying though for all week. Not really a big snowmaker with this. That said, wouldn't take much to cause some travel concerns, especially as cold as it's going to get. I'd say an inch or less for much of the valley, including Knoxville, and I would stress the less here. Better opportunities of snow for the plateau, the lighter blue shadings, that's some 1 to 2 inch totals into southeast Kentucky. I still think there's going to be some area from the western half of Pinterest, northwest Cumberland that could see some 2, maybe 3 inch plus totals. Similar up into Harlan County, into Lee County, Virginia, and above about 4,000 feet in the Smokies. Now, if you're visiting Gatlinburg, maybe you're visiting from out of town, looking for maybe about an inch in the Gatlinburg area. But as you stair step up in elevation, which happens quickly as you climb there in the Smokies, that's where you get closer to those 2 inch totals there. So again, not a huge snowmaker. It's just the cold moving in on top of some of the wet pavement that could be a concern. Now, this forecast model shows what the road surface temperatures would be like temperature-wise. This is 11 o'clock tonight. Fine here in the Knoxville area. Most on the plateau okay, but we're getting close. Again, not going to take long. Let's move ahead. I'll stop it at 1 a.m. We're starting to see those temperatures really drop across the plateau up into southeast Kentucky and the higher elevations of the Smokies. And really by the time we get to about 3 a.m., the majority of the area will see road surface temperatures that would be below freezing. In fact, look at Cumberland County right there on the Putnam County border. Single-digit actual road surface temperatures that only get colder by sunrise, maybe close to 0. So this is what we mean. It's the race. How quickly can the roads evaporate before they freeze? That's why we think there could be some travel issues. That's what we've been calling the flash freeze potential. Everything shaded in orange, that means a medium chance. Doesn't mean everybody will, but there is that possibility that you could have that flash freeze potential. I'd say especially be careful on some of the bridges and overpasses. And if you do have to do some traveling later tonight or tomorrow, make sure you have the emergency kit. Several things that you want to have. Make sure you have batteries and a flashlight, blankets in case you do get stranded. You can keep yourself warm. Hopefully you've checked your car battery. Cat litter basically for added traction, but also weight in the back of the car if it's a two-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive car. First aid kit, I mentioned the flashlight. Hopefully you're filled up with gas, right? Especially as cold as it's going to get. A phone charger, a rope in case you need to be towed out, sandbag again for weight there, snacks and water, all a good thing to have. Again, through the day tomorrow, it is just bitterly cold. Temperature of about 13 degrees. Any snow chances would be flurries, mainly early in the day. The majority of the day is just windy and cold. Wind chill values below 0 much of the day. Now, we talked about the possibility of roads getting bad right now, though. Most of the metro are okay. We're going to check in with Bo Williams. He's got more on that, Bo.
All right, Ken, thank you very much. Yeah, we're going to start things off kind of going back across the state for a second. If you're with us throughout the day, we showed you some live looks using the TDOT SmartWay cameras out of Memphis and Nashville. I want to get you up to date. Memphis, they're moving. Obviously, as Ken's been telling you, a lot of the precipitation is already out of that area, but they're just dealing with those incredibly cold temperatures. But you still see some. You can see there goes a salt truck right there across one of the overpasses. Looks like spreading some of the salt there in Memphis. Traffic is moving, but it's very, very slow. But it's been watching and monitoring those Memphis cameras. Just a lot of salt trucks right now hitting those roads. TDOT out there. I'm sure there are a lot of their county and city also try to take care of some of the roads in the Memphis area. Nashville, though, it's coming down. Ken showed you the live look out of off of Broadway and Lower Broadway there in downtown Nashville. You can see some of the snowflakes there. We're taking a look at the SmartWay cameras. Two of them have actually frozen on us, but one of them is going to be tough for you to pick up. But this is in the corner. And I don't know if we can get this one to go full, but boy, if we could, that would be great. But anyhow, you can really see the snow coming down. This is along Briley Parkway, if you're familiar with the Nashville area. And it is actually a little bit of snow off on the shoulders starting to stick there in Nashville. Let's go over to our cameras here for a second. Let me show you what's going on. Ken's already kind of mentioned right now in our metro area, not bad at all, but we've had those backups throughout the day. And I do want to check on a couple spots for you, just in case you are having to head out tonight. This is a live look for you. This is Rockwood Mountain. This is I-40 on your mile marker 341. Traffic there is moving coming off the mountain, but obviously as this stuff starts to move through, just be very, very careful if you're going to be traveling through here. But right now, traffic moving, maybe a few little drops there on the camera lens as we're continuing to watch this for you. Another camera angle for you. This is 341.6. Again, traffic coming off the mountain right now. So they are moving along for you, but it is going to be a little dicey at times. I have a feeling as we get on into the later hours. Over here in Knoxville, we'll just focus on the west right now. That's where we saw the largest issues throughout the day. For us, it wasn't weather related. It was just a lot of travel that was going on. And this is, of course, these will be the areas that will be first impacted when that storm does hit us. But 75 right now at mile marker 81. Lenore City right now, light traffic for you there. Everything moving along fine. Also up near Buttermilk Road, we had some backups earlier, but no problems now. Really east and westbound. So you do have traffic heading back toward Nashville right now, heading up toward Crossville, but coming back toward Knoxville also. Decent amount of people out there on the roadways right now trying to get to where they need to be before it hits. So 40 east of Everett Road, not far from the weigh scales, and then one more stop for you right here, I-40 level road, looking okay. So if you are heading out, be careful. Ken already showed you what you need to have with you just in case you get stuck somewhere. And then obviously we're not seeing the backups that we saw earlier today, so traffic is moving. But again, just use caution if you can. Maybe just wait this thing out and head out later tomorrow. But I want to send it back over to Ken. I know he's kind of still monitoring, walking us through the timeline and when we can expect to see this weather move into East Tennessee. Ken?
Yeah, and I know TDOT pre-treated with the brine that they put down, Bo, but I would think with the rain coming first, that doesn't always help. So
hopefully it won't be a lot of rain. That would be key. So you tell me, is it going to be, what are we looking like rain-wise?
Probably not a lot, but again, there could be some standing water that would maybe kind of wash some of that away, especially on some non-flat surfaces. So that's something we may want to keep an eye on. But again, the flash freeze is probably the biggest thing, just where we have the wet roads and then the temperatures drop. But once that happens, the majority of the moisture is out of here. So I don't think we're going to see a situation where we get ice and then snow on top of it. If we did, we talk very little amounts, but again, even that would cause some travel concerns. But we're fine now. We're at 48 degrees. Cleveland still pretty mild as well, but I've been showing you the Nashville temperature. This is a 3-hour time lapse, and even about an hour and a half ago, they were at 50 degrees. Now they're 25, so they've dropped a quick 25 degrees in about an hour and a half. I think we will see similar conditions here in East Tennessee as this system gets closer to us. And right now, it is showing mainly snow in the Nashville area westward. That change line getting a little bit further down the I-40 area, and that will continue to move towards the east. So not too far from Putnam County, and then there's our viewing area, Cumberland County and Crossville. So that's what we're keeping an eye on. This is downtown Nashville. If I move over, you can actually see a little bit better into the lights here. You can see the snow flying about, and that's what we're going to see as well. Blowing winds, probably 30 to 40 miles per hour, that could cause some reduced visibility. But mainly just liquid across our area. We're still, I'd say, about an hour away from it getting to the plateau, so close to about 11 o'clock our time, 10 o'clock their time, and then we're still looking at about midnight or shortly thereafter somewhere here in the Knoxville area. We're, of course, going to have a live update for you at WATE 6 on your side news at 11. Don't forget, you can always get the latest weather information at WATE.com and download our free weather app. We're going to keep you updated with that. But until then, we'll see you back here at 11 o'clock tonight. Have a good evening.